Welcome to MF English Stories. Enjoy short English stories with powerful life lessons. Don't forget to subscribe.
The winter that year arrived earlier than anyone expected. The winds howled through the narrow streets of Maplewood Town, rattling windows and carrying tiny flakes of snow that glittered under the streetlights. People hurried through the cold, wrapping scarves tightly around their necks and pulling their coats closer to their bodies. 12-year-old Daniel Carter sat at the kitchen table, lazily stirring his bowl of oatmeal while staring out the frosted window. He disliked winter. He disliked heavy jackets even more. His mother had spent weeks reminding him to wear warm clothes, but Daniel always believed he could handle the cold just fine. "Daniel, don't forget your new winter coat," his mother called from the laundry room. "I won't," Daniel replied, though his attention was already drifting toward his tablet, where he was watching videos of his favorite skateboarders performing incredible tricks. The coat his mother had bought was thick, navy blue, and lined with soft fleece. She had saved money for months to purchase it because Daniel had outgrown his old one. She had even sewn his initials inside the collar so it wouldn't get lost. Daniel grabbed the coat from the chair beside him, slung it over his arm, and rushed out the door to catch the school bus. At school, Daniel met his best friend Marcus near the playground. Marcus was wearing an oversized brown jacket that looked several years old. "Cool coat," Marcus said, pointing at Daniel's navy jacket. "Yeah, it's new," Daniel said proudly. "You're lucky. Mine used to belong to my cousin," Marcus laughed. Daniel shrugged, barely thinking about it. Soon, the school bell rang, and the boys ran inside, tossing their coats onto the hooks along the hallway. The day passed quickly. In math class, Daniel daydreamed about the skateboarding competition he planned to watch online that evening. In science, he doodled skateboard designs in his notebook. When the final bell rang, he grabbed his backpack and rushed outside, eager to get home before Marcus could challenge him to finish their group project. The freezing wind hit his face the moment he stepped outside. He shivered but kept walking toward the bus. Halfway there, he suddenly realized something. His coat was not on him. Daniel stopped. He looked down at his thin hoodie and groaned. "I must have left it inside," he muttered. The bus driver honked impatiently. Daniel hesitated. He knew he should run back and get the coat, but the thought of missing the bus and having to wait for his mother to pick him up sounded worse. "It's just a coat," he told himself. "I'll get it tomorrow." He climbed onto the bus and sat near the heater, trying to ignore the cold creeping through his sleeves. The next morning, Daniel rushed to school, determined to find his coat. When he reached the hallway, he searched every hook. It wasn't there. He checked the lost and found box. Nothing. Panic began to rise in his chest. The coat was new. His mother had worked so hard to buy it. "Have you seen a navy coat with white stripes?" he asked his classmates. Throughout the morning, everyone shook their heads. At lunchtime, Daniel sat quietly, pushing food around his tray. Marcus noticed his mood. "What's wrong?" Marcus asked. "I lost my coat," Daniel admitted. Marcus frowned. "Did you check lost and found?" "Yeah, it's gone." Marcus thought for a moment. "Maybe someone took it by mistake. You should ask the janitor. He sometimes collects things left behind." Daniel nodded, feeling slightly hopeful. After school, Daniel found Mr. Reynolds, the school janitor, sweeping the gym floor. "Excuse me, sir," Daniel said nervously. "Have you seen a navy winter coat? I think I left it yesterday." Mr. Reynolds leaned on his broom. I remember picking up a coat from the hallway yesterday afternoon, but when I placed it in the storage room, it wasn't there this morning." Daniel's heart sank. "What do you mean?" Mr. Reynolds sighed. "Sometimes, students or visitors borrow items from the lost and found without telling anyone." Daniel felt a heavy knot in his stomach. He knew he should have taken better care of it. The coat was his responsibility. "Thank you anyway," Daniel said quietly. That evening, Daniel walked home slowly. Snow crunched beneath his shoes. When he entered the house, his mother greeted him with a warm smile. "How was school? And where's your coat?" she asked. Daniel froze. He considered lying. He imagined saying he had left it at school for sports practice, but the guilt inside him grew stronger. I lost it," he confessed, staring at the floor. His mother paused. Daniel expected her to shout or scold him. Instead, she sighed and sat beside him. "Daniel, that coat wasn't easy for me to buy," she said gently. "But I'm more disappointed that you didn't take responsibility for your things." "I'm sorry," Daniel whispered. "I know you are," she replied. "But being responsible means taking care of what you have, especially when others work hard to provide it." Daniel nodded, his chest tightening with regret. Over the next few days, the weather became even colder. Without his coat, Daniel had to wear multiple sweaters and scarves. Walking to school felt miserable. Each icy gust reminded him of his mistake. One afternoon, as Daniel and Marcus worked on their project in the library, Marcus suddenly leaned forward. "I think I saw someone wearing a coat like yours," Marcus whispered. "Really? Who?" Daniel asked eagerly. "I'm not sure, but I saw it near the community shelter after school yesterday." Daniel's eyes widened. The community shelter provided food and clothing to families in need. That evening, Daniel walked past the shelter on his way home. Through the window, he saw a small boy sitting beside his mother. The boy wore a navy coat with white stripes. Daniel's heart pounded. It looked exactly like his. He stood outside, unsure of what to do. Part of him wanted to rush inside and demand the coat back, but another part hesitated. The boy looked younger than him, maybe 7 or 8. The coat fit him perfectly, and he smiled as he warmed his hands near a heater. Daniel swallowed hard. The next day, Daniel told his mother what he had seen. "Do you want to get the coat back?" she asked carefully. I don't know," Daniel admitted. "I lost it because I was careless, and that boy, he looked like he really needed it." His mother studied him thoughtfully. "What do you think responsibility means in this situation?" Daniel thought for a long time. Finally, he said, "I think it means accepting my mistake and thinking about what is right, not just what I want." His mother smiled softly. That afternoon, Daniel returned to the shelter. He brought with him a small bag of his saved allowance money. Inside the shelter, he saw the same boy sitting at a table, drawing with crayons. Daniel approached him slowly. "Hi," Daniel said. The boy looked up. "Hi, I like your coat," Daniel said, forcing a smile. "Thank you. Someone donated it yesterday," the boy said happily. "My mom said it's the warmest coat I've ever had." Daniel felt a wave of emotion. He glanced at the boy's mother, who nodded gratefully at him, not knowing who he was. Daniel reached into his pocket and placed the money into the donation box near the door. It wasn't much, but it was all he had saved. As he walked out, he felt strangely lighter, even though the cold wind brushed against his thin jacket. Weeks later, Daniel's teacher announced a school campaign encouraging students to donate winter clothes to families in need. Daniel raised his hand. "I want to help organize it," he said. His teacher smiled. "That's wonderful, Daniel." Daniel worked tirelessly after school, collecting coats, scarves, and gloves. He even made posters reminding students to take care of their belongings and help others. Marcus watched him one afternoon while they sorted donated items. "You've changed," Marcus said. Daniel shrugged with a small smile. "Maybe I just learned something important." When winter finally ended, Daniel's teacher asked him to speak during the school assembly about the donation campaign. Standing in front of hundreds of students, Daniel felt nervous, but he took a deep breath. "I once forgot my winter coat," he began. "At first, I was upset because I lost something valuable, but I realized the coat wasn't just mine. It represented my mother's hard work and care. Losing it taught me that responsibility means more than owning things. It means appreciating them, taking care of them, and sometimes letting go for someone who needs them more. The auditorium remained silent as students listened carefully. Daniel continued, "Responsibility is not just about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning from them and choosing to do better." The room erupted into applause. That evening, as Daniel walked home with Marcus, snowflakes began to fall again, but this time, Daniel didn't complain about the cold. He pulled his borrowed jacket tighter and smiled as he watched families hurrying through the streets. He knew he would never forget the lesson taught by a simple, forgotten warm coat.